So it's a small company.
Samantha.
Pays bills?
Big rounder. Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Jules.
Is this a video or?
Yeah, video.
Okay.
Smile sweetly.
I'll just stand here posing and then I'll be really weird.
Can I take a picture to show Helen? Yeah. Do you know Helen's on holiday in
Hello.
Yeah. Isn't hers hedgehogs? So cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point I would like to introduce the stepfather of the bride for the first speech.
You haven't heard it yet. Now I hope everybody can hear at the back. Helen and Martin, ladies and gentlemen, when Helen asked me to say a few words today, I have to say I was touched and delighted. So if you're lucky, I'll stick to the brief and only rabbit on for a short while. I've cut it down to 45 minutes. Firstly, may I thank you all for coming to celebrate with Martin and Helen, especially Irene and Ken, who have now gained a new Mrs. Little. I know some of you have even ventured out of the M25. And are somewhat miffed that so far there's been no sighting of clogs, ferrets or cloth caps. But when you go back, don't tell your friends that Yorkshire really is God's own country. We like it as it is, uncrowded. Helen came into my life when she was 17, so I can't do what most parents do, which is to tell stories about her early childhood. How she was the cutest baby ever, how she starred in her school plays. I wasn't there. How she became the prettiest and most eloquent Rose Queen for the village of Kettlefilm, except when her mum was Queen. I'm afraid I wasn't there. How Helen became Young Handler of the Year for the Coloured Horse and Pony Society. I wasn't there. But I can tell you, we've had some fun times. The year 2000 was memorable and exciting, and that was the year Heather won Inventor of the Year as Olympia. Brackets, the only woman ever to have done so. I well remember after she won, Heather was giving live interviews on the phone to the press and the radio. Helen fell fast asleep on the spare bed in our room, and I did just the same on our bed. How excited were we? We've had some great times. I'll never forget holidaying in Greece, walking up the River Styx, seeing the water bubbling out from Hades, where Achilles was dipped in the water by his mother, eating in funny little Greek tavernas, swimming in the blue seas off Corfu, and riding horses through the olive groves. Great memories, good times. Many happy celebrations and wonderful family experiences since, including days at the races to watch our racehorse. I knew Helen loved our horses, but I had no idea how passionate she felt about them until the day at Hexham races, when a bunch of young men who had overindulged started shouting at our horse in very derogatory terms because he was coloured. Helen spun around and gave them both barrels so effectively that they were silenced there and then. So you can be my wingman anytime, Helen.
Yes.
Helen and I often play a silly game. Well, we would, wouldn't we? When we meet people that pretending that I'm her real father, we say, look, we've both got the blood tall, same coloured hair, same coloured eyes, which go green if we're in the sun too long or our alcohol level gets a bit high. But the similarities end. Helen, as most of you will know, is very bright and determined. Once Helen has decided to change her life, she settled down, going to uni, getting a master's, so definitely not my daughter. She must have got her brains from the inventor of the earth. I've watched as Helen's confidence has grown over the years, and I'm so proud of her achievements. Her master's, being headhunted for the job she currently has, her attention to detail and her love of photography, all go into making the beautiful young woman that you see today. As in any family, we've had our moments. There were boyfriends that were not approved of, and as any parent would do, soon got rid of. Then along came Martin, and the approval rating went sky high. When I first met Helen, to differentiate between her and the mother, I called Heather H, and I called Helen Little H. So I now call upon you to be upstanding, raise your glasses to Martin and H Little. You're happy.
Thank you for that.
Supposed to introduce Martin.
Yeah, well, we've done with you. I know. Ladies and gentlemen.
Short for one. Never shut up. Have that upside down. No, I'm the opposite of that. Firstly, on behalf of my wife and I, we'd like to thank you all for coming to celebrate our special day. It means a lot to us that you're all here. It's great to be surrounded by family and friends, but it's not been possible for everyone to be here today. So I'd like to raise a toast to absent family and friends.
Hey.
And where applicable, we'll save them a slice of cake. So I've got a checklist of thank yous here, and top of the list have to be our parents, without whom we wouldn't be here today, obviously. Mick and Brenda, Heather and Lev, I have you two thank, not blame, thank, for the part you've all played in bringing Helen up. She wouldn't be the woman I love if not for all of you. Mum and Dad. It's gone that long. No one could ask for better parents.
Here,
You've done a
here.
great job bringing them up, because I'm awesome.
Here, here.
Well done you. So we can't thank them all enough for the various ways they contributed to our upbringing and to this day. It means an awful lot to us. So it's to the second toast, to loving parents.
To loving parents.
To loving parents. Hey.
Next on our list is our lovely bridesmaid, Olivia.
Yay!
I'm sure you saw. I'm sure you all saw how excellently she handled the train on the dress, which I'd not seen before today. It's a task and a half. We've got a little something for you, Olivia, so if you'd like to come up here, we'll hand that over. I think another round of applause.
Thank you, Olivia.
And now, to my wife. Brains, beauty. This definitely means getting the best part of this marriage deal. You know how much you mean to me. and I look forward to spending the rest of our lives together. Can I just say, that's a smashing blouse you got. So if you could raise your glasses once more to the amazing woman who's done me the honour of agreeing to be my wife, Helen.
Helen.
Helen and Martin.
So I think that's it for the toasts. Traditionally, I would hand over to the best man at this point. Some of you may know that 5 years ago, myself and Helen travelled to Japan to partake in the wedding of my good friend Stuart, who I've known since primary school. So I returned the honour of offering him best man. Unfortunately, he can't be here today because of Japanese work ethics, where you get a day off for your own wedding and a day off for your own funeral. So this didn't count. We took it to the highest level and the Emperor said no. But because it is 2015, we should, not quite live via satellite, be able to get the rest.
I was to introduce myself. My name is Stuart, and Martin has made the bold decision of asking me to be his best man. Unfortunately, Martin and Helen have scheduled their wedding at the busiest time of the year for me, so I'm unable to be with you all tonight. Instead, I've sent this video message. When Martin first asked me to be his best man, I was a little nervous at first. Then I remembered. I'd actually prepared a speech just in case. In fact, I prepared lots of speeches to cover every conceivable eventuality where Martin may ask me to say something about him. So, good evening, everyone. We are here today to celebrate the wedding of Martin and insert name here. So, what can I say about Martin? A leader of men, a champion of the people, an icon of fashion. These are things that no one would ever say about Martin. Martin is a very helpful and good friend. Whenever you have a problem with finding a bug in your HTML code, Martin is there for you. If you need assistance in finding the correct emulator to play the ROM you just downloaded illegally off the internet, Martin is the man to ask. Because if you have a problem that doesn't involve computers, probably you want to find someone more qualified. So, now we get to the part of the speech where the best man traditionally says something to embarrass the room by letting some secrets slip. Well, most of you probably think that Martin is a kind, sweet, gentle soul. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're wrong. What I have to say next may shock some of you. So those of you with a more delicate constitution may want to cover your ears. Okay? Alright, let's go. Martin is really amazing guy. I hope I didn't upset too many fools. But I think you're making a great choice in choosing Martin to be your husband. I cannot think of anybody who could possibly make you happier. And Martin, in all the years I've known you, I've never seen you as happy as the times when I've seen you two together. So, I know that marriage can put a strain on old friendships, but I like to think of this not so much as me losing my best friend and gaining the best friend-in-law. However, it's important to remember that marriage is a sacred vow, a promise between two people, that no matter the situation, regardless of time and space, in every conceivable eventuality, Helen is always right. So, at this stage, I would like to thank Martin and Helen's families for raising two such amazing people. Honestly, I think they're great for each other and they'll have a very happy life. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. I'd like to invite you all now to join me in making a toast. Martin, Helen, may your days be happy and full of blue skies, and the computers free of error messages and blue screens. Come on, cheers!
Cheers.
Well, I'm afraid that's about it for me. The battery light is flashing on the camera, so please enjoy the rest of the evening and have a great party. Martin, I'll be waiting for my piece of cake in an hour. Congratulations and have a good night. Bye-bye.